Hey there, budding botanists. I'm Aaron.
I'm Evie.
And we're just a couple of backyard botanists, and this is
Botany for Kids.
And this is our first episode of the spring 2025 season. That's how many years?
A while.
We started over COVID, so I think we're at 5 years now. 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So today we're talking about the dreaded
Bradford Pear.
Yes, so this is the Bradford pear or Callery pear, also known as Pyrus, calleryana. It is in the rose family. You want to show them that up close, kind of? It is something that we've all grown to hate, hopefully. You'll grow to hate, hopefully, at some point, because this is not a good tree to have. We thought it was a good tree. We planted it all over the place, and now it's... what do we call?
Invasive.
It's invasive, right?
And it's not native to here, and it's taking over the native plants because it thrives better.
Yes, it thrives in areas that are highly disturbed, and that pretty much includes anywhere where humans are building new stuff, right? And so it outcompetes some of our native trees, and the worst part about it, it grows really quickly, which we thought was a plus in the beginning, but the wood is really weak, and so the trees break easily. But the worst part about the plant is...
that thing stinks. I can't.
It stinks.
Stinks.
It stinks.
And I'm sick right now. I can barely smell it. It stinks.
Yeah, she can smell it even with a slight cold. Do you remember why it stinks?
Why are you laughing? The stuff, like the chemical compounds in it are like disgusting.
Yes, the chemical compounds in it are disgusting. What's really crazy is the chemical compounds in the plants. We can also find similar chemical compounds in mammals like us, right? And so some of the chemical compounds, you remember the names of any of them?
Nope.
Okay, so some of them are called, there's a bunch of different ones, and we'll just name a few. Spermidine, putrescine.
Because it's putrid and disgusting.
Yes.
And ill and ill.
And these compounds are used to make one in this pear, this Pyrus calleryana, and it's called pyrroline. And it's a chemical that smells terrible. It smells like other chemicals that also smell terrible, which is why we recognize them. But some things...
smells like the dog.
Smells like the dog. Now, that means that certain insects are attracted to it who like stinky smell. So what do you think pollinates this?
Flies.
Yes, so flies pollinate this. They come in and they pollinate the because they're nasty. Flies like stinky stuff. We've talked about how certain flowers, like the pawpaws that we discussed last year, flies pollinate those pawpaw flowers, which are coming out soon as well. But flies like stinky stuff. They fly in, they pollinate these flowers, and those flowers grow into fruits. And then the birds eat the fruits, and then they spread this invasive tree all over the place, and it's not good. So we could show them a closer look at the flower, and you can get a good idea of what flowers in the rose family look like. You want to take a closer look? Sounds good. All right, so let's take a closer look at the leaves and flowers of the Callery or Bradford pear. So this is some of the first white flowers you'll see in the spring season that come out on ornamental trees in urban environments, and sometimes even in rural. And the leaves are simple, but usually arranged spirally in plants of the rose family, the Rosaceae. And the rose family has a lot of really important key characteristics that we can identify here. The rose family also includes tons of fruits that you eat. Pears and peaches and apples and blueberries and strawberries and that sort of thing. So all the plants in this family typically have... let's see if we can point them out. These two little things here at the base of the petioles, or the base of the leaves right here. These are called stipules, and they have these little paired stipules in most of the rose family. They also have tons of these spirally arranged stamens in the flowers. In fact, there's a little cup where the sepals are all fused together. That's called a hypanthium right here too. And they oftentimes, let's see if we can find a flower that's still intact. They have 5 petals that we can see here. And once those fall off, you can also see that we have 5 sepals, like we've looked at closely before. And so really, good example of plants in the rose family. A lot of common fruits in this family, and easily identifiable with white blooms and leaves in the spring. There's some native white blooms that we have as well, like dogwoods, but they don't have their leaves at the same time.
Welcome back.
All right, so quick review. This is the
Bradford or Callery Pear.
It is in the what family?
Rose.
The rose or rosaceae family. It is has a lot of negative characteristics. What are some of them?
It is invasive.
Invasive.
It stinks.
It stinks.
And
It-
flies pollinate it, which is gross.
And flies pollinate it, which is gross. It is originally from China and Vietnam, was brought over in the 1960s to the U.S., and it's taken over here.
The dog is whining.
These things are a good thing to replace if you have them in your yard. I cut these out of my neighbor's yard from the back of one of her trees because I would never grow such a plant.
You did not.
I did. And so, anyways, if you get a chance, you may be able to recognize them somewhere on the street, or if they're in the woods behind your house and it's not illegal, you can always cut them down or remove them. Oh, hush. And find a nice native replacement. And, hi, as always, I'm Aaron.
I'm Evie.
And we're just a couple of backyard botanists, and this is
Botany for Kids. What are you doing?